At 19 years old and with just 7 months of credit history, my younger brother was able to achieve a credit score of above 700, and it's currently sitting at 741. How did he do this, and what was our game plan? Well, it's a very interesting feature on all of our cards called Authorized Users. Let's get right into it. So what is an authorized user? An authorized user is someone who's been added to a credit card account by the account's owner, also known as the primary card holder. What's interesting about authorized users is that they are able to make purchases on the cardholder's account, but they're not legally obligated to make the payments. The primary card holder remains responsible for this. So to clarify, anyone can become an authorized user. The emphasis is usually put on those under 18 because they really have no other choice because of the fact that they're not old enough legally to sign contracts unless their parents or legal guardian is involved. So that being said, it's usually going to be someone who you're obviously familiar with, like a family member, a child in your family, a close friend. However, the caveat is that sometimes certain card issuers or banks will have a minimum age requirement. And the number I've been seeing most commonly is 13 years old and above. From there, it's a pretty simple process. You just walk up to this trusted relative or friend, you ask them if they can put you on their account as an authorized user, and then they'll go to their bank, whether that's over the phone, through the mobile app, or on the website, and they'll go into the settings and add a user to their account. Sometimes adding someone as an authorized user has no fee added to it, and there are certain other cards or banks that do charge a fee for each additional user that you add to your account. So just be mindful of that. And hopefully once that application is submitted, the authorized user should be approved, and oftentimes they'll automatically get a duplicate card in their name in the mail. But just know that even if you don't need to have a physical card to reap the benefits of being added to someone's account as an authorized user. The very action of being added to their account will be good for your credit score by itself. Now, I personally never had the opportunity to be someone's authorized user because by the time I actually learned that that thing existed, I was well into many months of ownership of my Discover It secured card, and was very close to having it graduated anyways with a very solid score of my own. However, I was not going to let this knowledge die out in my family. So back in June of 2024, my younger brother and I, who's currently in college, had a conversation about how to start building his credit. So we actually implemented 2 strategies at the same time. He applied for his own Discover secured credit card, and on that very same day, I added him as an authorized user to my American Express Gold card. And like I said, a few business days later, he got his own duplicate Gold card with his name. Now, maybe some of you might be asking, oh, why didn't you just stick with just the secured card and add him as an authorized user later, or vice versa? Well, here's the thing. The credit bureaus love to see that you're able to responsibly manage multiple lines of credit. And the other aspect that they love to see on people's reports is that the lifespan of these multiple accounts are mature. And you'll see this stated on your own report as the average age of accounts. And that's quite literally the sum of each credit card account's lifespan divided by the total number of accounts on your profile. So if you were to hypothetically open 2 card accounts on the same day, those accounts will have the same birthday, if you want to call it that, and grow at the same time. And it's the exact same in my brother's case because of the fact that we opened both accounts on the same day. So now they are growing and maturing together, starting him off in a much stronger position compared to if I had added him as an authorized user yesterday or something. And with everything else credit related, it's one thing to get approved. The most important step is management. Just like how closing a credit card account that has benefited you the most, such as your oldest account, is self-sabotage to your credit score, you don't want to close your authorized user account, especially if you have little to no credit history without this account. And secondly, and I think most importantly, you can probably tell by now that the nature of authorized users calls for a mutual level of trust. Me personally, I had no misgivings, no qualms about adding my brother as an authorized user because I know fundamentally that he's not an outlandish spender and he's not going to screw me over randomly one day. So to you, primary card holders out there, if anyone is asking to be added as an authorized user in your account, or if you're looking to bless someone with a favor of adding them to your account to help build their score, make sure that they are someone who's financially responsible and keeps their word. Because let's be honest, even though legally the authorized user is not responsible for whatever charges, even if it's their own charges, I know the average person is not out to start running a charity, especially in this economy. And if the two of you decide to play a game of chicken, it's a lose-lose game because any missed or late payments shows up on the credit reports of both the primary card holder as well as the authorized user. And to you authorized users, when you are added to someone's account, your credit report is basically a mirror of whatever activity is going on their account. So make sure you're going up to someone who has good payment history and low credit utilization. Even if this primary card holder missed one payment, you're cooked. Now, as long as you follow all of those steps and use your credit responsibly, as always, you should be well on your way to also achieving a score in the 700s, and the rest is history. Once again, if you made it to the end of this video, I just want to say a hearty thank you to all of you. I appreciate your support on the channel, and if you know someone who might value this information greatly, don't hesitate to hit that share button, share it with them. But also don't forget to leave a like on the video, leave a comment, and to most importantly, subscribe, because the last thing I want is for you to miss many more videos coming like this, packed with rich information and great value. Okay, one last thing. If you made it this far, you are a legend. Just a very quick announcement. I won't take too much of your time. I've been in the process of building a school community, SKOOL.com. Yes, that's how they spelt it, for this channel called the Credit Mastermind. And the whole idea behind this community is to build somewhere that the most recurring viewers, subscribers of the channel can come and talk amongst themselves and talk with me, of course, in a bunch of general discussions, share a bunch of information and experiences and tips and life advice with each other, get much more detail and insight from extended courses that are coming soon, scheduled calendar events like credit-related Q&As, other types of general meetings. And one of the features that I think will be one of the greatest is personal one-on-ones where you can speak with me, and if you have specific credit matters that you want to be addressed or you want to show me, we can walk through it together, because there's been a ton of comments, especially on my 0 to 700 credit score at 18 years old video. Once again, thank you so much for the support on that video. And there's been a ton of comments that I haven't been able to get to because of the different time zones. Certain people aren't active on YouTube the same time as I am, so there is a delay, and a lot of things related to credit, especially applications, is very time sensitive. And I know you guys want to do the right thing and not make any mistakes, because I was once in your shoes a couple of years ago when I first started off doing credit. So with that being said, click the first link in the description below and join right now. Get yourself acquainted. We have an icebreaker post where you can introduce yourself to the rest of the community, and I look forward to speaking with you all there.